Family and friends, welcome to the 150th remembrance of those who gave their lives for us. From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, from Asha Valley, Vietnam to Pleiku, Dak To, from Guadalcanal to the Battle of Coral Seas, our veterans from all branches of service, soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Coast Guard, willingly chose to serve under the flag that you might see the flag wave in peace. Young men and women from every race, every state, every background laid down their lives so that loved ones, and mostly those who would never understand or appreciate that their young lives would be cut short. Many of them never saw marriage, children, or grandchildren. Many of them said goodbye to their families, and many months later died on a lonely island of Iwo Jima, the Battle of Heartbreak Ridge, Hamburger Hill, or the desert mountains of Afghanistan. How can we ever repay them for their devotion to duty, their love of country, their sacrifice for us? We lost 116,000 in World War I, 405,000 in World War II, 36,000 in Korea, 58,000 in Vietnam, 2,200 in Afghanistan, 4,500 in Iraq, and thousands upon thousands in unnamed and named skirmishes, which were just as important as those named already. Memorial Day began 150 years ago when those who remembered those who died on the battlefields of the Civil War, when we lost 750,000, many of them from disease. One of the great servicemen was Navy Fireman First Class Charles Ogle from Mountain View, Missouri, in Goodberry Township, Missouri, 1920. He was born. On December 7th, 1941, he was assigned to the USS Oklahoma, which was moored at Ford Island in Pearl Harbor and was attacked by Japanese aircraft. The USS Oklahoma sustained multiple torpedo hits and quickly capsized, and the crew of 429 went down with the ship, including Ogle. Their unidentified remains were buried as unknowns in 46 plots at the National Memorial Cemetery in the Pacific, also known as Punch Bowl, in Honolulu. That was until 2017, Ogle was one of the unidentified when he was discovered. Ogle was reinterred at Jefferson Barracks National Cemetery outside of St. Louis, Missouri, on February 12, 2018. How many of them would have made great dads and moms, grandpas and grandpas? How many of them would have gone on to college and served as doctors, merchants, chemists, and maybe even found a cure for cancer and other diseases that we battle today? How many of them would have been laborers building America strong, bridge builders connecting people across our nation, or volunteers at a myriad of hospitals and schools and nursing homes if their lives had not been cut short? How many honorable teachers would there have been who would have taught good morals and honorable values to our children? I am reminded of the Old Testament saints who never saw the promise but continued on in hope by faith. The writer to the Hebrews wrote this: "These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them from afar, were assured of them, embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. For those who say such things declare plainly that they seek a homeland. And truly, if they had called to mind that country from which they had come out, they would have had opportunity to return. But now they desire a better life, that is a heavenly country. The men and women that we honor today also died in hope. I'm not saying all believed in the promises of Hebrews 11, but they believed the promise of the Declaration of Independence. The Declaration of Independence says this: we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It's sobering for me to think how many dreams they would have had also. It's sobering to me to think about the dreams of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness that they would have had. They had dreams of a family, a comfortable life, a place to call home. Instead, they gave up those dreams and obeyed the call to arms. They are the heroes. Their names are etched into stone in 25 American cemeteries in 16 foreign countries around the world, from Normandy to Luxembourg, from Pearl Harbor to Manila, from the Netherlands to the Ardennes. There are also 135 national cemeteries in the United States and Puerto Rico. The most well-known, of course, Arlington National Cemetery. How many countless thousands of private cemeteries where our veterans that are laid to rest, even here at Pinecrest. My fellow veterans and family members and friends, thank you for honoring these fellow veterans whose lives we remember today as we remember their deaths. Charles Province, United States Army, wrote this poem, which many of you have probably heard even several times, but it's very appropriate for today. It speaks of all servicemen and women who gave their lives for us. It is the soldier, not the minister, who has given us freedom of religion in our country. It is the soldier, not the reporter, who has given us freedom of press. It is the soldier, not the campus organizer, who has given us freedom to protest. It is the soldier, not the lawyer, who has given us the right to a fair trial. It is the soldier, not the politician, who has given us the right to vote. It is a soldier who salutes the flag, who serves beneath the flag, whose casket is draped by the flag, who allows the protester to burn the flag and even not stand at the flag, I'll add. Thank you for being here, for carrying on a tradition of what they've done for us. Thank you, sir.